Hey, Bunker Labs Online. I am Liz Marion, the Launch Lab Online community manager, and we are here for our All In campaign. Bunker Labs is all in for you to continue to move your business forward. And today I am joined by Clayton Poff for our All In interview. Welcome, Clayton.
Welcome. Thank you very much. So glad to be a part of Bunker Labs.
We're so happy to have you, especially with your experience and expertise that you're going to share today with our entire community. But first, can you give us a little bit of an introduction about yourself and your military affiliation and your company?
Sure. So military, USMC, I was part of Operation Sharp Edge, so that ought to date me a little bit. My background, I'm an electrician, facility manager. My company's name, Pure Light Clean Air Services. We are an indoor air quality service company, mainly commercial and residential as well. But our mission is to locate and close with and destroy bad pathogens, aka viruses, before they harm people within the indoor environment. My background in this is actually as a facility manager, I ended up getting lung and blood poisoning that took me into a bad health situation. It took me about 3 years to recovery. So in 2008, I started a company to make sure that other people wouldn't have to go through. I had to go through it.
That's amazing, and it's also that necessity, right, being the best thing for invention. Absolutely. And you're talking about your experience. So can you tell us a little bit more about what your company does and who your customer is, and how you also find pathways maybe to sales and things like that for your company?
Sure. So our company really has a diversified amount of customers. So we break them down into basically two main categories. One, the residential, and the other is everyone else. We've installed in hospitals, prison systems, school systems, universities. A lot of office buildings also require what we install. And every building has an air handler in it. It's kind of like the lungs of a building. And the technology that we install at that air handler system actually destroys viruses, bacteria, as well as fungus, molds, and things of that nature. The whole key to that is how to mathematically equate what you want to kill, what's in that building, whether it's a hospital or whether it's a school system, and inject the right amount of, and the technology is ultraviolet germicidal radiation. It's been around a long time. It's always been effective in buildings, and we just happen to be the best at what we do. After 10 years, we have developed a system to not only install this very good technology, but we partnered with one of the best, if not the best, UV manufacturer in not only this nation, but also around the world. They sell all around the world. And by that partnership, we've come up with a process, a plan of how to assess and install and then service UV better than anyone else out there.
Well, and in particular, what I want to ask you about, which is so important, I'm sure, with your company. So external crisis is, especially this one that involves a virus that we are all going through right now. So as an entrepreneur yourself, what for your company in particular have you kept doing, and what would you tell entrepreneurs to keep doing within their companies, even during a time of uncertainty?
So the main things of times of uncertainty is be anchored. Be anchored with the trusted groups. This is why Bunker Labs and this family in Bunker Labs is so important. Reach out to that family. Reach out to the anchors that you have in your life, your mentors. Don't isolate yourself. That's the biggest thing. Make sure that your communication stays open, especially in times of fear and doubt and what am I going to do? The second thing is cash is king. It really is, guys. So in times of crisis, you just really have to put pen to paper or pencil to paper and make sure that your numbers are good. If you can't pay bills, call your creditors. Just stay on top of things to where, again, that communication is key, and hold on to as much cash as you can. And the thing is, sales. If you're an industry where sales goes down, then you just really have to focus on those costs, which I know I'm preaching to the choir when it comes to entrepreneurs.
No, absolutely. And I think that that's a really good reminder to entrepreneurs. And, opposed to that, to what they should keep doing, what should entrepreneurs stop doing? And maybe what's something you've stopped doing that was taking up some time now that we're kind of in this, sprint or things, I'm sure, for your business?
Well, the biggest things that I've really stopped doing was allowing outer influences to start dictating my decisions. You need to sit down, take your time, ask the number one question every entrepreneur needs to ask themselves every morning: what needs to be done next? Not from your perspective and from everything that you've gathered. I've got a quick little thing I like to do. It's called a CAB report. What's the existing condition I'm in? What are the actions I need to take? And what are the benefits I see out of that? Also, utilize your military training. I'm Grunt, USMC, throw out an OSMIAC. What's the overall intent of what's my situation? What's the mission that needs to be done today? How do I execute it? Where's my admin? Where's my cash flow at? And how do I communicate that to people? That's just the old 5-paragraph patrolling order, by the way.
No, that's great. And it also, as a reminder, and just I would like to reiterate, as I always do, to use those competencies that you gained in military service, being a military spouse, and applying that. Not only do we tell you to apply that, right, as an entrepreneur in your business, but applying that as well, in these crisis situations, going into crisis management. So maybe what are new things that we could look at this as an opportunity to start doing for entrepreneurs?
Well, wow, this reminds me a lot of 1999, December 31st. That also dates me pretty well. But I was an electrician at the time, and I made a ton of money because everybody thought the world's computers were going to crash the next day. So being able to seize on the opportunities that will go out and help people. That's, I think, the biggest focus of where we are today is, look, we are once again in a global crisis, just like 1999 was. We've already, as in my industry, we've gone through this crisis with Ebola, with swine flu, with H1N1, literally on the front lines in Japan and Africa. We've sent equipment to there. So this is just a large global one. Community help and helping your communities, inject that in there. See where your strengths are, and see where you might be able to reach out into your local community to help anybody in that local community. And as well as the business community, this is the time to do that, to build those bonds and those relationships that will last forever. Just like in the military, when you get down into the hard stuff, whether it's you're getting live fire at you over in Africa or wherever anybody served, or those hard working parties that we all had to go through in the military, those bonds were built. Strong bonds that will last in the good times and the bad times. And this is a time to reach out and see about forming those types of bonds and relationships with people that you can help, and that they will also return those same type of help.
Absolutely. And we are seeing that with a lot of our veteran-owned companies. That's a great suggestion. And in terms of resources, where are entrepreneurs, or where are you looking for resources to navigate the current situation and to navigate uncertain times? Do you pull from, certain organizations or federal, websites? Where are you pulling your resources from?
Well, I will admit I was very fortunate to be part of that muster in Nashville 2019. And because of that, and in this particular case, what we do, we literally kill viruses. So this happens to be one of these crisis moments where our company is one of those companies that no one cares about, indoor air quality until something like this happens. That's actually part of my pitch that I did in Nashville. So what I've been able to do is the resources of what Bunker Lab already put in place is what I went back to. And I think that's something we commonly forget to do. Um, don't forget the resources that's already been laid in place. Go back and recommunicate through LinkedIn. I use that. LinkedIn is an amazing tool to go back and reestablish the resources that you might have forgotten about at this time. So taking a resource inventory of what you've already established, I think, is critical at this time.
And, you know, before we wrap up here, I would love for you to kind of just share with our community specifically what your company is able to do and how that messaging and language has changed, that people obviously do care about this now with your company, and then how our community can help you get the word out and support your venture as well.
Well, thank you. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to jump onto something for everyone, because this isn't just for this virus. This is for all viruses we've ever had to fight with. Get outside. I know they say stay in your homes. Get on your front porch. Get on your, if you live in an apartment complex, get in the balcony, but get sunlight in your body. That's going to help to fight viruses better than anything. Also, with any kind of virus of this nature, your apple cider vinegar and lemon juice, a quarter cup of each in a 16 to 20 ounce glass of water, first thing in the morning, will flush out your liver, which absolutely helps you fight viruses. And again, I'm coming from a point of, 3 years I was sick, so I'm really wanting to help out. And the other major thing, every time you go to the bathroom, wash your face. Get the pollen off your eyebrows, get the pollen off your facial hair, your eyelashes, and that will make an amazing difference. For our company, Pure Lake, well, it's RWH is in the name branding part is kind of we're going through a name branding change. But I'm still on LinkedIn as Clayton Poff, and some changes are happening. But we literally, with our ability to move forward and implement what we have in our technology residentially, especially in school systems, office buildings, we totally wipe out viruses faster and easier. A virus is the easiest thing for us to kill. We kill them in less than a microsecond. Bacteria takes about a second, and mold takes about 2 seconds. So getting the word out, if those people who've panicked, and especially any type of high-rise buildings that you're in and things of that nature, that's what we specialize in, is to being able to go in there and make a building not only virus-free, but we've made government buildings bioterrorism-free. We've made, yes, I mean, this is literally what we do, is
Wow.
we go in and good old-fashioned Marine Corps style, we locate, close with, and destroy the viruses that hurt people before they can hurt people.
That's amazing. Well, Clayton, thank you so much for taking time. I'm sure this is a busy time for you, but thank
Yes.
you for taking time to share with our community about your expertise and about the amazing work that your company is doing that is so relevant to what is currently going on in the world. So thank you, and I hope to have you back sometime soon. We'll have to have an after action report after we're on the other side of this.
Outstanding. Thank you so much, Bunker Labs. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thank you.